Today I'm going to show you how to sew on a button properly. You are going to need a hand needle, some thread, a toothpick, a matching button or the button that fell off of the garment you're fixing, and a pair of scissors. So you're going to start by threading up your needle through the eye, and you're going to thread it and pull the thread all the way down from about fingertip to elbow. That is a good distance. And then you're going to take the two ends and knot them together. So I form a messy knot by taking the thread over my finger, rolling it off, and pulling down. And the result is a messy knot, but it's a secure knot. So I'm going to clip my extra. Our knot never is shown because we always knot off on the good side of our fabric underneath where our button will be sitting. So this button fell off of this jacket, so I've marked the placement of where it needs to be. And so I'm going to actually grab on the good side a bit of the fabric, and that's where my knot will sit. Now I can place my button on right over that marking. Now these buttons were sewn with two sort of straight lines versus the X. So you always want to make sure you match the way your buttons were sewn on previously. I like to use a toothpick because it's going to create what's called a shank, a little bit of thread underneath your button so that the other side of your jacket can slip up and over and not be so tight to do up. So you're going to place the toothpick right on top of your button, and essentially we're going to sew the toothpick to our button. So we're going to pull it tight like this. That way you don't have to sort of gauge how much shank you need to leave behind. So I'm going to go through my buttonhole 4 times. So this is my second time through. So that's twice. So we're looping over this toothpick, and I'm only doing 2 of my buttonholes right now. This is a 4-hole button. So I'm just making 1 line. I haven't even gone over the second line. I'm just repeating this, going through the same 2 holes over and over 4 times. This is my last one. There we go. And so you're going to do the same to your other 2 holes. So now there's been 4 wraparounds through these 2 holes and these 2 holes. So now I'm going to remove my toothpick and I pull up on my button. And now I have that wiggle room that we need for us to smoothly do up our jacket. So I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to come up underneath my button, but not through a hole. So right now, if you can see, I'm coming right up underneath the button, but not actually through a hole. And I'm going to now keep my button pulled up and wrap it around that base 3 times. 1, 2, 3. This just adds some strength below your button to that shank and makes it stand up. And now we knot off. And again, we're knotting off underneath our button. So I'm going through sort of the shank that was left behind, and then I don't pull it super tight. I'm going to go through my loop of my thread and pull it once. That's 1 knot, and I'm going to do that again, put it through my loop, and that's twice. And now I just clip my thread once. So I just want to sort of summarize that it's like a countdown you're doing for sewing on a button. You're doing it 4 times through the actual holes of the button, and then you're removing your toothpick to go 3 times around the shank. Then you're knotting off twice underneath your button, and you're snipping your thread, which is the last one. So it's a 4, 3, 2, 1 to sew a button on. That's how easy it is to replace, and it has a great height to it so that it's easy to do up when you want to do up your jacket. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe for more easy to learn techniques.